Good morning, everyone. As I make this video lesson around 9 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on Wednesday evening, futures are basically pretty flat, semi down. Nasdaq's almost down 0.2%, so not much moving, but a lot moving in my evening scans. In fact, my scans continue to look like a stock market that should be in a strong uptrend based on how my scans look. But instead we're just consolidating, going nowhere. Nasdaq is still stuck below that 50-day moving average, trying to retake it, but a lot of long positions. So let's get into them. First off, want to let everybody know that I don't consider any of them perfect, close to perfect. There's some nice looking ones like ROX. Man, that's a really pretty looking chart. You can get rid of that red bop right there and that negative bop. We're talking about a chart pattern that I'm starting to love. But why don't I love it now? Look at how far away that 200-day moving average is. The current consolidation is not symmetrical to the previous uptrend. So stuff like that is everywhere. So you got to take all of these long signals as is on the surface. That's why you continue to see just 2% here, 1% there, 0.5% here, 0.25% there. Every once in a while a 4%er, but you're not seeing 5% signals, 6% signals, 10% signals. And God forbid if we ever get a 20% signal ever again for my system. Seems hard to think that that's ever going to happen. I think probably 15% is where they could possibly max out if they make all my scans now. So 20% signals are probably gone forever. I mean, I really doubt I'm going to get it. But as long as you can do it either the way that I do it, if you got the time like I do, or you can take your favorite one, 10% of your account capital in a quality name, and you stick to it like that. Or you figure out what you want to do. It's completely up to you. All I ask is that if you're going to take these trades based on my system of recommendations, to please obey the limit orders and the stops. So let's get going. ALGN, CanSim quality stock, perfect speculator scan quality stock should be a 4% signal, but we got to half it because it's slightly extended from the 20-day moving average, that magenta line here. So knowing that, we can't chase it. So ALGN, limit order 151.94. My first cut loss level is right here. Move below 148.01. I'm out of half. And then right here where the max green bop or green bop, whatever it is that volume surge starts, that's my final stop right there, 144.01. Move below there, I'm out. So 2% of my account capital, ALGN, 151.94 limit, 148 and 144 stops. Then MKSI. Now this stock I was surprised to see. Now first off, it caught my eye that it's gone from red bop to yellow to green, and it's steadily increased each day since it went yellow. So stuff like that always, piques my interest. And then the recent volume accumulation with the below average selling days and that kind of double bottom, very short term double bottom, not a real double bottom, kind of support near the 200-day moving average. I noticed that bullish reversal hammer candle, even though it's not candle over candle with all the confirmation, it piqued my interest. I did not know MKSI was going to be a new long position until I looked up its Investors Business Daily ratings. I didn't write any of it down, but from what I can remember, earnings per share is growing over 240% in the most recent quarter, and sales growth, if I remember correctly, was up 138% in the most recent quarter. You take the fact that I can get long here using a limit order at 68.50. My first cut loss level is right here, 66.80, then 65.90. This is too good to pass up. It was only a CanSim quality stock, so it's 2% for CanSim quality only. And that's it. Then XPER. I know it looks like it's an earnings winner, but it's not. Some kind of patent lawsuit has gone favorably for them with Broadcom or Brocade. I don't know. I've been around too long. BRCM, BRCD, who knows what the hell's going on out there. All I know is that I saw patent news, saw it was an earnings winner, so I realized this is just a technical pattern that I like. It's not based on any kind of fundamental real factor, but the patent news could definitely take it much higher. Obviously, I expect it to go all the way back to its old highs, or else I wouldn't touch this thing. XPER, I want to get long 33.70 limit order. It's extended from the 20-day moving average, so not interested in chasing. First cut loss 31.75, final cut loss 30.90 with the gap fill. It was only my price volume BOP scan, so it should be 1%, but it's extended, so 0.5% for XPER. IWYH, similar thing with the extension. IWYH ETF scan, now that I've removed the volume requirement, which was looking for average volume over 100K, now I'm looking just for average volume over 50K. IWYH makes that, so it made my ETF scan, and it was confirmed in my price volume BOP scan. Should be a 2% long position, but as you can see, slightly extended from the 20-day moving average, so I half it. When I get long, IWYH, limit order at 167.45, the closing price. My first cut loss is going to be 165.45, this low here. And then this price bar right here, that strong move higher right here, to kind of really start that last leg of the uptrend before it started to consolidate, that will then be my low day, 163.44. Move below there, I will be all out of it. Then, higher quality name, Chub K. Chub K, Chub A, they've been showing up lately because of all that recent max green bop and the volume surges. But Chub K, pretty nice close, right off the 50-day moving average. Bullish hammer candle reversal pattern, right off the 50-day moving average. Above average volume, and look at all that max green bop. And even better yet, if this chart would have just been a little bit better back here and we can get rid of this red bop here, we've got that kind of chart pattern that I like, that I keep telling you about. All green, all yellow bop, the majority of the bop above the zero line. That's the kind of pattern I'm looking for. ALGN, as you can see, is more erratic, not as clean as something like Chub K. But I don't know if Chub K will work. I'm just letting you know. I like the chart pattern. I don't know if any of these will work. I never know. You never can tell. All those arrogant traders that are out there that think that they know what's going to happen in the future, guys, that's bullshit. That is not realistic. It doesn't work like that in the real world. You never know what's going to work. If you actually knew that it was going to work, you'd put all your capital into your stock pick. I would never do that. Chub K, going long, limit order, 1720. First stop, 1688 right here. Final stop, 1676. I will probably only carry one stop on the book, 1676. But Chub K, like that move right off the 50-day moving average. Then add signal, WLDM, pretty crystal clear. That white arrow shows you that the day before I went long, got long that morning of the white arrow. It's kind of moved slightly sideways, a slight ascending base nature to it. Max green bop the whole way, volume contracted the entire way, and after lower volume each and every session, finally surged today with the stock closing near the high of the day with that max green bop confirmation. So WLDM, 2% for being canceling, 1% for bop, half it, 1.5% of your capital. However, for me, I believe 1.5% of my capital is too big for the current position. So if I have 100 shares and if the add signal says to add 70 shares, I'm only adding 50 shares. It's only half of whatever you own. You own 1,000 shares. If the add signal is like 800 shares, it should only be 500. I've cheated before, and I've gone ahead and obeyed the ad signals before, and it's been doing nothing but costing me with my average cost lately. It has not been benefiting me. And then speculative long positions, EGLE. There were two. First off, RLOG. RLOG should have been a speculative long position, but I saw that earnings were after the close on Maui. This is Maui time, I'm making this video, on July 5th. However, after the close, it just said that earnings were going to be July 5th, and there were no earnings. And there was a conference call tomorrow morning, so now I assume earnings are tomorrow morning. Either way, forget RLOG, but that was the best speculative looking long position this evening. EGLE, though, just as good. First off, EGLE triggered back here on 623. I passed on it. You see that beautiful bullish hammer candle over candle price bar? See that huge volume surge and bop surge in max green bop? Because it didn't have any previous green bop, and on this day, the Russell reconstitution, I had so many long signals, I passed. It cost me. So now that I have a buy new ad signal or a new long signal today, whatever you want to call it, I'm getting long. So once again, that bullish reversal hammer candle pattern, volume surge higher than the day before, max green bop confirmation, perfect, perfect, perfect. Want to get long, EGLE, 477, first cut loss here, 460. Final cut loss all the way back here, 435. This EGLE made my BOP scan, so it's supposed to be 1% of the capital for the BOP scan, but this is a speculative swing trade, momentum swing trade, so it's only $1,000, 0.25% of my account capital. I'm using the dollar total that I used from last year. Haven't updated my asset allocation since. And then ROX is another ad signal, same thing. Beautiful consolidation pattern, beautiful green bop on this, but this one damn red bop day kind of ruins this whole chart pattern. Still beautiful though. Another ad signal, higher volume, max green bop. candle over candle, near a high day close. Same thing as just a couple of sessions before.